Hi everybody, welcome back to my garden. Today I have a really fun project planned for today. It has me so excited. I've been wanting to do this for several years, but I don't know what was stopping me. I think maybe I thought it was harder than what it is going to be, or maybe I was just lazy and didn't want to get the supplies together, but it is relatively inexpensive and it seems like it's going to be able to last for a while. So let me show you my setup and show you what we're going to be doing today. Today we are going to make cement pumpkins. Or is it concrete pumpkins? Or do you use cement to make concrete or do you use concrete to make cement? Hmm. Maybe they're interchangeable. I'm not sure. But let me show you what I have, what you need to in order to make them, and I'll tell you what it costs for the things that I purchased too. It's honestly not really that much, and I think we're gonna get quite a bit out of it, but that's just me guessing. I don't really know. I've never done it before, so I kind of like just I guess making stuff up. So I have my drill, and I have this mixer piece thing. This was about $15. I have scissors, twine, old plant nursery containers. So those were zero technically because I'm reusing them. Bucket had that. Gloves had these. I didn't take them from the hospital, by the way, if anyone's wondering. They were purchased. 2 bags of concrete mix. The yellow bag is like the traditional high strength that I think everyone has seen. And then I wanted to try this orange bag. It says it's crack resistant, so I thought I would just try both of them, see which one I like better. And then the final thing, I think I'm thinking of everything, is pantyhose or knee highs or I don't know what else, stockings. I don't know what else they're called, but they have to be nylon. So I don't know why I got so many, but I think I was gonna like outfit the whole neighborhood with concrete pumpkins. But I was doing a little research on how to make these, how to make the ones that I want. I kind of wanted to do like the flat stack ones and like the I don't know, I can't remember what they're called. There's a word. It's like the same word that it's a certain type of tomato, heirloom, I think. Um, but when I was reading, it said that you could cut off the legs and then cut it in the middle, and then you should be able to make 4 pumpkins out of one set of pantyhose. And then if you just have the knee-high ones, I think that's maybe just one, depending on what size pumpkins you're trying to make. I would like to make, some different sizes. I would love to be able to make like a big one, but I'm definitely not going to start with that first, even though that's kind of the how I would probably do it if I wasn't filming this. That's the closed end. But even I read that even on the closed end, you should not knot it. And then you um, stretch it around your container. I do, now that I'm at this point, remember seeing that it said to like tie off the top so that it doesn't fall down. So maybe like a rubber band would probably be nice at this point. I read what consistency your concrete mix is supposed to be at, but I don't know how to. They said it's supposed to be like a pudding, not too watery, because then it won't form correctly. But you definitely don't want it like too thick either, because then the pumpkin won't be smooth. It would probably have like I don't know, like I apparently can't speak. I worked last night, and then this is what I'm doing after work. So 12-hour shift, and then now this. So you guys are gonna have to deal with me. But it would be like marked up, like it wouldn't be completely smooth. Well, this has been really fun so far. My bag of concrete broke open. I don't think I got the right consistency. It's drying really quickly. I forgot to push record. It's all right. This will just be our practice run. I don't know if this is the right consistency, but this is the consistency we have. So we're gonna go with this. It's like that consistency. Bloop, like that. I ended up having to, because that orange bag was absolutely the wrong kind. It was way too rocky. So I had to add a lot of the yellow kind. So I don't know. I hope that this is gonna come out. I don't know if it's gonna just be like incredibly like filled with rocks. Okay, and then it's up to you how many like ridges you want in your pumpkins. I don't know how many I'm gonna want to do, so I just need to cut all these out and tie them around and see how many I'm gonna want. It said something about milking an udder, so I think that's what I'm doing currently. Although I've never milked a cow before, or anything with the udders. You put them all into like a central spot, and then you put your pumpkin directly over the top. And then you want to tighten it enough to where you can see the ridges. Well, it looks like a blob, so let's set that to the side. So I think they look like pumpkins. It's really cool. The only one I am not happy with is the biggest one that I did, because I didn't have the right consistency and the mixture was dry at the bottom, so it didn't like create a blob like the other ones did. So, but the front, or well, the other side of it doesn't look like too terribly bad, so that just might be like, it might just face that way. But I think they're all like different shapes. Some are flat, some are a little bit taller. I think they're pretty cool. The one thing I did learn though is I found it easier to work with these if it was like wet, like pretty wet, not like wet to the point where like all the water's going through and you only have rocks left, but like decently. Sorry, there was like a leaf, it scared me. But like decently wet, because then you like kind of like, I don't know, it kind of like falls in on itself and creates like a circle. And depending on how tight you pull the hose down, uh, it would change the shape of your pumpkin. So if you left like a lot of slack in the actual hose itself, it would create like a flatter pumpkin because it had more room to move inside that pantyhose. Uh, so I hope it turns out. I'm gonna be, I'll probably be pretty bummed, honestly, if I come out here, take the wrapping off, and then see that it's all like jagged, and you can see like rocks and stuff. I mean, I'll use them. Don't get me wrong, but I think I'll be a little bit crushed. So, cross your fingers for me, and I will see you guys in a second, but it'll be a little bit longer for me. 24 hours and one change of clothing later, the pumpkins are dry, or at least dry for the most part. It says it could take 24 to 48 hours, and I do see that when I look at the pumpkins that they're not completely dry, but they're dry enough to take the casing off and the twine. I did take one off like last night, but it was still a little bit wet to the point where it, like when you tighten that twine, the concrete kind of pinches around that twine. So when I took that off, it kind of like pulled off a little bit of the concrete. The pumpkin looks fine, but it made me realize that I needed to wait longer before taking the twine off. I just looked at them. They look great. I'm really excited, but I am worried about being able to take the stocking pantyhose and twine off. So I guess we'll figure that out together. Let me show you real quick how excited I am, how good they look, and I guess you guys can be the judge of that if you like them or not. Here they are. They look so cool. You can see how light they get. There's that one that has the soggy bottom. And then this is the one right here that I had taken off the outer stuff already, but you can see how it like kind of took off some of the concrete. Ta-da! I love them. It wasn't too terrible taking the outer shell off. I wish I would have done it like maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 hours after I had put these on, but it's doable even if you wait the full 24. Let me show you a close-up. So it does, I have some character to it. But I think they're pretty cool. So let me just go ahead and try to get all these unwrapped real quick. These look so good. Now I've learned a couple things. Uh, First being use better pantyhose, use a little bit thicker. So I guess spend a little bit more getting those, or if you have them, use those. And then if you do use the thinner pantyhose, don't wait 24 hours to take off take them off the pumpkins. I would do it maybe in like 3 or 4 hours after the pumpkin set a little bit, but not so much to where it like adheres to the pumpkin. I did have to end up using like a sander and then some sandpaper on some of them, but it wasn't too terribly bad. I mean, if I was like a normal person and just did one or two pumpkins, this would have been like a quick, like afternoon small project. But because I had to do 700 of them, it took me forever. Let me show you up close what they look like now. Some of them, actually, the ones that have had the pantyhose stuck to them, and then when it was sanded, there's like kind of like a patina on them. It kind of looks cool, but it was a headache. Um, so then after I show you these, then I'm going to cut either like a twig stick to fit on the top as a stem, or I have a old rope that my I found in my grandpa's barn after he passed. I don't know what it was used for, but I'm guessing I would like in my mind it was something like really cool and interesting. He was like a coal miner for a while in Kentucky, and then he after that he was a painter, and him and my grandma both they had like a little painting business. So I can only imagine. I mean, it probably used for nothing. He probably sat in his barn for forever, but in my mind, it's something. And it's all frayed and old, and it doesn't really have any purpose, but it will now. And I love that. I love that I'll have that. All right, here they are up close. Uh, Let me see if I can find one that was okay. Here we go. This one was sanded, but you can see like right here where it's dark, that actually still has like pantyhose stuck underneath the concrete. But I don't I don't think that you'll ever be able to tell. And then while the camera wasn't rolling, my mom and I made some more. But we're just going to worry about these today. Like I said, I have two different stems that we can use. Let's see what works. Well, the Falcos do the trick. I'm just going to cut a bunch of them just to see, and then we'll just use what we use. From what I was reading, you can use hot glue. I I don't know how long it'll last, but I also don't think that I'm going to have any of these like out in the rain. And if I do, and the stem falls off, it falls off, and then I'll maybe use some like, I don't know, construction grade glue or something. But uh, I don't have that right now, and I don't feel like going somewhere to get it. So hot glue it is. So I'm going to use my battery operated Ryobi glue gun. I'm going to guess we're going to use quite a bit of glue, but here they are, all finished. They all have like their own like personality. Like this one with the curved stem, and then like that short one right there, small one with a big long stem. I just love them. You can see the glue around some of the stems, and I think what I'm gonna do is put a little moss around them. Uh, that'll maybe be at a different date, but don't they look just amazing right here? I think they're so cool. Thank you for joining me today. I had such a great time. It was a really fun project. It went, I guess if you were doing a normal amount, it would go really quickly. It's something you can do that's pretty inexpensive, and they last for eternity probably. Um, so I hope that my failures, or not failures, but my lessons that I learned make it easier for you to do this project. Um, I really appreciate you spending time with me today in my garden. Keep learning and keep growing.